7 weeks ago on July 2nd, I went in for a routine prenatal appointment at 10 weeks. It was a deeply wanted pregnancy, but at the appointment, there was no heartbeat. She had died. Had to code switch from medical counsel to navigating Texas law to determine whether and how I could safely move forward. What should have been a heartbreaking but straightforward medical procedure to prevent infection and remove the pregnancy turned into an even bigger nightmare. The medication, misoprostol, I needed to soften my cervix to have this surgery safely wasn't called in by accident that Wednesday evening. At 8 a.m., I woke up to a frantic call from my OB's office. The pharmacist said they couldn't release the prescription, even for $1.65 out of pocket, because they needed more documentation to confirm it wasn't an abortion. I asked if it was because of Texas law, and the pharmacist said yes. All to get access to basic, safe care that should have been mine without a fight.
College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and the American Academy of Pediatrics both recognize the female cycle as the fifth vital sign of health that women should learn to monitor beginning in adolescence. And so our society would do well to recognize all women are smart and capable of learning to observe the signs of their cycle and using that information to interpret whether or not they may be fertile or may not be.
I recently gave birth. Again, as I sat there holding this tiny, new, beautiful life, I couldn't help but to also reflect not on the miracle that's in my arms, but also on the world that we built around mothers and families. I don't want babies aborted. I don't think any mother walks into that decision easily. Most mothers do not. And I also don't live in a fantasy, because this world is not kind. It is not structured to support families. It is not a place where women are protected when they bleed. So when someone says, well, if you can't handle it, just give the baby up for adoption, what I hear is this: we don't actually want to build a better society. It's kind of like a deflection. We shouldn't be telling women, give your baby up for adoption. Do they know what that means? Why would we want to separate mother from baby? Why not build a better society?
I just feel so safe here. After I visit Mom in the hospital, I always was so glad to come back here. Now here I am again. Only this time I'm pregnant. It's funny, huh?
What's that, honey?
Well, it's just that I have another human being inside of me. It's just that I have another human being inside of me, and I've never felt more alone.
To reveal how deeply disconnected that we've become from what it means to carry life, to bond, to break, and to love something you might never hold again. We like to say pro-life, but I've learned something. Being pro-life doesn't mean much if it ends the day that the baby is born. We are a society obsessed with beginnings, with potential, with the glow of pregnancy, and the language of life. Pro-lifers do say that we care about the woman after, but no. Western culture is built on the illusion of independence. We celebrate the strong mother, is what we like to say. The resilient family is what we like to say. Really, do you think these Congress members and Trump and all these people are worrying about how they're going to handle sleep? We hand a woman the gift bag, the casserole, the Instagram comments, a onesie, and then all of a sudden silence. Adoption is not a solution. It's not evil either, but to offer it so casually, like returning a product to a store.
Objectively, you're choosing potential death for those other 9 embryos. And so again, objectively, that is not a choice for life.
When we talk about reproductive rights, is the basics of it. So let's give our partners, our female part of the world, choice to decide whether or not and how they will have family and children.
The right to decide what our bodies are able to do, when we want, with whom, and so on.
President Trump talking about how he wants to make IVF free for everyone.
I'm announcing today in a major statement that under the Trump administration, your government will pay for, or your insurance company will be mandated to pay for, all costs associated with IVF treatment, fertilization for women.
83% of the babies that are conceived via IVF end up dying. Could you share more about that study?
They are frozen indefinitely, potentially killed, or they're donated to research.
Effectively, it's going to be human experimentation. They're going to die.
Yes.
It's $60,000 on average to achieve one live birth for IVF.
IVF treatment. Because we want more babies, to put it very nicely.
Said earlier it was maybe $3,000 to $5,000 about how to do the restorative medicine approach. What are the success rates between restorative medicine versus IVF?
Restorative reproductive medicine data, one study, their average age was 37, 5 years of infertility. About all of them had prior IVF cycles. 5% of those women had achieved live birth through IVF in the past. What he was able to do using neofertility, he was able to achieve about a 32% chance of live birth, which is remarkable.
As good as IVF, or even better, because these are the ones that IVF didn't even work for them.
There are some programs that do exist, but having a few scattered programs across a massive, unequal country doesn't mean mothers are supported. It means that we have built a patchwork system and hoped no one looks too closely at the holes. Well, I've looked. I live in a rural town. There are no postpartum centers here, no recovery retreats, no in-home nurses. Even telehealth is hard with slow internet. And the few luxury centers that do exist, more than rent, how many working class mothers can afford $1,000 a night? When pro-life advocates say there are programs, what they often mean is there are programs if you live in the right city, have the right insurance, enough money, a working car, no other kids to care for, and time to fill out paperwork. That's not care. That's survival by lottery. It's strange how we treat the arrival of life with such ceremony and then retreat the moment it gets messy. We don't have a care system. We have a moral performance, and once the curtain closes, the mother is left behind in the wings to bleed quietly.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. A friend of a friend is having an affair with her boss. And she wants to use one of the tests to try and get him to leave his wife. She was willing to pay a pretty penny for it. $10,000. Oh my God. $10,000? No, I can't accept that. We've been through this, Jules. You earned it.
We cannot claim to love life and leave its creators to die in the shadows. We cannot claim to value children and ignore the cradles that are collapsing under pressure. We cannot call this civilized. So if you care about life, then show up when it begins as well.
It almost swallowed.
Sick and tired of everyone interfering with me. Good night, Mr. Grant.
Good night, Miss Markham.
You went to Lucian's tonight because of what you heard about Rudd and me, didn't you? Well, didn't you? Well, yes, I thought so.
Oh, did she tell you? We've got a little something on the way.
No what, a baby?
Why not?
Why not? Ever since I've known Millie, the good things of life seem to make their way carefully to her.
Does that include me?
Because he doesn't want to marry me. And, well, no nice woman wants to marry a man who doesn't want to marry her.
Somebody's watching me, is my anxiety.
And they're focused on that path to get a baby, but don't realize that. And so uninformed choice is not a free choice, it's a manipulated choice, actually.
Hello, Julia. How did you get in here? I was wondering when you'd be back. How did you get into my house, Alana? Are the tests ready yet? Because I need them. Now. No. That's not how this works, Jules. We had a deal. I don't owe you anything. Fine. Then I'll go to the cops. I thought you said it wasn't illegal. I think that they'd be very interested in what I had to say. I'll tell them that I was forced into it and it was your idea, and when I wanted out, you got violent. I'll never believe that that's not true. Really? How are you gonna prove that when you're the one that's pregnant? I can't make positive tests. You can. You recruited me. I didn't, that's not true. Isn't it though? You needed the money.
Okay, let's do it. I will take the tests. You will handle the clients.
It really sounds like it was your idea. Now, take the test, Jules. Alana, I said, take the tests. Now. We don't have time for that, Julia. Was that so hard? I'll leave the money under your doormat. I don't want it. Okay, sure. If I were you, I'd be very careful with who I share this information with. I'm keeping my side of the street clean, so I expect you to do the same. We are building something special here, something lucrative. And we're not stopping. Not now. Alana, please. You don't have to do all this. There are other ways. You didn't hear about the father of your baby? He was involved in a hit and run. He's in the hospital.
Look at myself and I'd be like, hey man, like, you're not crazy for questioning. You're not betraying anybody for questioning this. You're wrestling with this. And that's because God has something inside of you that he needs to show you. And it's not going to be anything you can do. It's not going to be the good angel and the bad angel. It's not going to be your family. It's going to be something higher, something bigger and better than you could ever imagine. And when you're at night and you're looking yourself in the mirror and your eyes are red from exhaustion and your bones are shaking and you're tired and you know that this isn't what you're meant to do, I'm going to need you to lean in here. I don't want you to take anybody's opinion. I don't want you to take anybody's religion. I need you to be so brutally honest, one, with God. I want you to invite God into your life and say, God, I need you to show me who you really are because I'm at my end here. And then second, I need you to be a man of God.